Good morning. Today's the first day of spring, March 20th, 2019. We're still about 6 hours from official spring. That's 5:58 p.m. tonight, but we're almost there. Today I'm doing about a 5-mile walk, about 3/4 a mile into it already. First half is all uphill. So this will be one of my writing walks. We'll get some writing information out to you today. So here we go. Now we'll head up, take a right up here. It's always nice to see a swiftly flowing stream. I've taken many walks up here over the years, especially during the early mid-1980s while I was working on my outline for Nicholas Raven and the Wizard's Web. It's a huge epic fantasy I finally published in 2015 after 37 years of working on it. So I get a lot of ideas developed on my walks, and this was one of the spots I used to walk up very often. There's my first robin of the spring on the first day of spring. But when I first started first started outlining the book, that was in 1978. I was 15 then. I just read The Lord of the Rings a few years before that by J.R.R. Tolkien, and it really inspired me. And I wanted to write my own epic fantasy someday. So starting in 1978 to 88, about 10 years it took me to outline the book. When I finished the outline, I was probably 25 then. I still wasn't ready to write the book. I was writing other books and I wanted to develop my craft a little more, so I waited 11 more years and started writing the novel in 1999. Though I did tinker with the outline and thought about it a lot over those 11 years. But when I started writing in 1999 finally, I believe it was that summer, I started writing it. I was on chapter 1, and then I realized, well, I need some maps for this because it was a very complicated story. So I took a few months off, started working on a map, which eventually turned into 4 maps. Here's a beautiful view of the Mohawk River Valley. Turn here at the intersection and head west for a little bit. We have some remnants of winter still hanging on in the hills. I don't think it'll last too long. At least I hope not. In the mid 80s and mid 90s, I took some hikes in the Adirondack Mountains with my brother, my oldest brother, a couple other family members on some of the hikes. Plus I'd camped there as a child in the Adirondacks. And it inspired me to create a section of my map similar to the Adirondacks. I called it the Dun Hills. I really can't tell you where I got the name from. It just came to me back then. Definitely unusual for central New York, but there is not a cloud in the sky, and I'm loving it. I take it back, I see a tiny cloud way over there, but we'll ignore that for now. Now the Adirondack Park is in the northeast section of New York State. It's about 6 million acres, it's huge. Part state owned, mostly privately owned. I'm at the top of Little Falls right now, and we're about 10 miles from the southern border of the Adirondacks. And if you can see in the distance, you might see some distant hills, some of the lower peaks. The High Peaks region is further north, below Lake Placid, but you can see some smaller mountains in the distance on a clear day from up here. Okay, now we're turning and heading west. I said earlier we're heading west, we're actually heading north. I have a lousy sense of direction, but we're heading west now. A lot of the geography in my maps was inspired by the Mohawk Valley. A lot of beautiful places around here. That's the old Shu-Maker ski resort. It's closed now, hasn't been open for years. But I skied that once maybe about 25 years ago with a buddy of mine and attempted the big mountain. First time I ever skied and wiped out bad. Never happened again. I do not have the coordination to be a skier. Still a little too early to play golf here, but we're getting close. And 3 weeks till the Masters tournament. Can't wait to watch that. And now we circled around back to where we started, back at the stream. Sounds like spring to me. This is a beautiful section to walk, especially in the autumn. Trees look amazing here when they change color. Well, thanks for watching today. Hope you enjoyed the video and the book information. I'll catch you next time and have a happy spring. Bye.